is up there, guys? The Wiz back at it again with another Rapunzel's Tangled adventure video right here, right now. So let's get right to it. Alright, today's topic will be about the mysterious ghost girl that has been aiding Cassandra, trying to figure out who or what she is. So far, all we know is that she was in the house of yesterday's tomorrow and has an extensive knowledge of the Moonstone's powers and how it works. But how could she know so much? And once again, who is she? Well, this is where we have to sit down and theorize. So let's get right to it. Idea theory number 1. What if the ghost girl is actually the Moonstone itself? We learned from King Edmund that the Moonstone has a way of getting in your head, which eventually, is what drove King Edmund to try and destroy it, but ultimately failed, leading to the death of his wife and destruction of parts of his kingdom. To me, the ghost girl is basically that little voice inside your head steering you in the wrong direction, because that's essentially what is happening here to Cassandra. Pretty obvious that Cass isn't really comfortable in the situation she's in. She seems to be a bit confused and lost, and we even see that Cassandra even gets scared as well. That's why the Moonstone actually ended up turning red. But that damn ghost girl leading her in the wrong direction. If you follow the creator on Twitter, he actually goes ahead and mentions something very similar to this, being that like, hey, I know a lot of people are angry at that ghost girl, but everyone has that voice inside their head, and that's basically kind of what's happening to Cassandra. So that got me thinking, well, spiritual ghost stuff, maybe this ghost girl is actually the Moonstone. If the Moonstone was able to affect King Edmund, who's to say it can't do the same thing for Cassandra? Plus, remember how, once again I said earlier that the Moonstone has a way of messing with your head? Well, that could explain why she knew about Cassandra's past. Now, some might say, well, if she had this whole mind game ability, maybe she just faked Cassandra's origin. I hear you on that, but I'm gonna hit you with a nah, because it's a pretty convincing origin story. I believe it. Everything just adds up pretty darn well for it to be made up. Plus, not to mention, the ghost girl is completely blue, so there's that as well, blue like the Moonstone. But that's just one theory over here. Theory number 2, what if the ghost girl is actually the previous owner of the Moonstone? That would once again explain how she has such a comprehensive knowledge of the Moonstone and its abilities. One thing that the character's design that's pretty noticeable is her little tiara type of thing that she has on her head. You might notice how there's this little blue circle thing. Some might argue it's a jewel, but what if it's supposed to represent the Moonstone itself? It's basically the same size and shape as the Moonstone Cassandra has on her right now. Not to mention, her outfit in general seems like a bit of an old school type of thing, which would make sense. Moonstone was an object of, way back in the day. But moving on to theory number 3, what if the ghost girl is actually Zantari itself? Now, as far as we know, Zantari is still trapped in another dimension, so if anything, maybe Zantari is able to send a fraction of himself over, since Zantari clearly is the big bad of the show and wants to return to Rapunzel's dimension. Seems as though he will need the full power of the Moonstone, and the ghost girl is pretty fixated on destroying Rapunzel to get all of the power of the Moonstone, so I could possibly see it being Zantari. There's also this whole fact that Zantari is voiced by a girl. However, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because there are plenty of male characters out there that are voiced by females. But if Zantari is a girl, then okay, I can go ahead and see the little difference of there. Zantari wants to present himself in a way that won't I guess freak out Cassandra in a sense. And yeah, that is basically it, guys. Those are my 3 little theories right over there. I know there's some even crazier ones, like maybe the ghost girl is the daughter of Zantari and Mother Gothel, or maybe the ghost girl is another former disciple of Zantari, or there's even the possibility that, hey, maybe the ghost girl is actually Mother Gothel herself. Technically, when it comes to the disciples of Zantari, we know it's Mother Gothel, Sugarby, and Matthews. We did see the spiritual ghost versions of Sugarby and Matthews. Technically, we have seen nothing when it comes to Mother Gothel. We all know that she turned to dust, from really old age at the end of Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure. But wow, this would be a really interesting take if this was perhaps the younger version of Mother Gothel, and the way she's dressed, maybe Mother Gothel was royalty in a sense, but something kind of went wrong over here. I will say the ghost girl does kind of have very similar manners to Mother Gothel in the sense, she's very point, and she even knows how to definitely get inside your head, all these mind games, this and that. Not to mention, there was that one part where the ghost girl was like, listen, you were complaining that you didn't have a destiny before, and now you have it, so, stop complaining. So that is another big one that I think is a possibility out there. But out of all 3 theories, I feel as though though the ghost girl being, you know, the Moonstone itself is kind of high up there on the list. So guys, what I want to know in the comment section below is, you know, hey, out of all 3 theories that I made, which one do you think is correct? Or do you think I am completely wrong on all of them and you have another suggestion over here? So guys, leave all your comments in the comment section below, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, as that really helps me out. If you aren't already, you can follow me on Twitter, same thing as my YouTube channel, which is Ed the Wiz. I am also on Instagram, which is MadSwag12345, where I post all the good stuff. So until next time guys, I'm gonna go ahead and say bye pal, we'll see you soon.